Brown led the league in receiving touchdowns this season, but was not named an All-Pro after earning the honor 4 years in a row. Michael Thomas and DeAndre Hopkins, they were the two receivers that got the spots. That award, by the way, voted on by 50 members of the media, including Peter King, who joins us now. Peter, we're so happy to have you on the show. You left Brown off of your ballot. You've been very open about that. How did you make that decision?
Well, he was on my ballot originally, Amber. I always do this like the week before the last game. And then depending on what happens the last game, I may change my mind at a few positions. There's a few things that are close. And this year, I just decided that it was a total non-starter after he went AWOL the last week of the season and then did not play in Week 17. I just said I can't in good conscience put him on my All-Pro team when he chose to go AWOL and Mike Tomlin chose not to play him in Week 17 in what was a playoff implication game.
Peter, you're saying AWOL, and I'm not saying AWOL because both of us have sources and very reliable sources. And I'm told that Coach Tomlin knew everything that had transpired. So when you say AWOL, I don't know if that's accurate.
What I mean is that he's not available for practice. He's not available, he doesn't come to the walkthrough on Saturday before the game. Deion, whatever you would call it, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, he wasn't there. He wasn't there for practice. And
was he told that he had the authority not to come, or did he just do it? See, I have facts that he was cleared not to come.
This is the first I had heard, from you, that he had permission to not be at any of the events that week. It sounded like from Mike Tomlin that by the time Sunday rolled around and he hadn't talked to him, evidently in at least a day or two, that by that point it was a non-starter. He wasn't going to play him in the game. If Mike Tomlin had given him permission to not be there at all during the week, then why would he say he's not playing in the game?
See, a lot of people cover themselves in certain ways in our business. It's depending on who we choose to believe. I'm going to look at a track record of a guy who loves the game. I'm looking at a track record of a guy who I think only missed a few games in over the last several years, and is a dog, loves to practice, loves to play, and has no reason not to play, especially when everybody calls him a statistic freak. When you want to enhance your statistic in that last particular game. So it don't add up to me, and I happens to know the guy. I'm just saying your power and your influence goes a long way. And I just wish some guys don't allow the personal side of it to be involved in the football side of it.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with any personal animus toward Antonio Brown. I have voted for him several times for the All-Pro team in the past.
But he balled.
I watch his work ethic at training camp when I go there one day every year. It's beyond anybody in the league. When I went to Cleveland this year, Jarvis Landry and Todd Haley both told me, we're telling Antonio Callaway, we're telling our young receivers, listen to our stories about Antonio Brown. He is a worker bee among all worker bees. There's nobody who has made himself as great a player in the NFL today as Antonio Brown. I anticipate multiple times in the future, I'm going to vote for him for the All-Pro team. I just couldn't do it because the information that I had at the time said to me that he went AWOL, at the most important time of the year for his team. That's how I saw it.
But with all the stuff you just regurgitated, it seems like it just don't add up for his character. With all the things you just said about his work ethic and how he wants to play and how people are saying he enacts himself on and off the field, it just doesn't add up. So I just don't know. I just wish we would be more careful and really try to find to get to the nitty gritty and the bolts of it all, and then make our decisions.
Well, going in forward to the future, there's a lot of questions, and one is if the Steelers would be fine without AB. Not only was Juju Smith-Schuster voted most valuable Steeler, news broke yesterday that he's going to take Brown's spot in the Pro Bowl on January 27th. Peter, thanks so much for coming on. We're honored to have you on the show.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Peter.
Thank you very much. Take care, Deion. Bye, Amber.
Coming up.